Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Overall Good at Educating. Today let us learn the part 2 of the lesson life process. In the last class we learned about everything about the plants. So that is nutrition in the plants. In this part we learn about the nutrition in animals. So first we have nutrition in amoeba. This is also very important. You can see a picture here. How does the amoeba have that amoeba is not having any perfect shape. Okay, it can change its own shape. An amoeba is a what? It's a unicellular animals. What it is? An in unicellular animals. And where it is living? It is living in water. Where it is living? It is living in the water. Amoeba is a unicellular animal living in water. It takes in food by forming fingers like projections called pseudopodia. Here, like we have the hands, we eat the food with the help of our hands, whereas the amoeba is having the pseudopodia. Okay, and how they are like a finger like projections. So that from that fingers what it does, it will take the food inside its body. Okay, and forms a food vacuole. A vacuole is an empty space present in any organism. Inside the food vacuole, the food is digested and absorbed. The undigested food is then sent through the surface of the cell. You can see a picture here, nutrition in amoeba. The pseudopodia is catching the food. The food particles are coming near to it. What is happening? Pseudopodia, its finger-like projections are taking the food, and next then what is happening? The food particles are entering into the food vacuole. From there, what happens? Whatever the nutrients is needed for the amoeba, it will take, and other the waste products will be removed out of the amoeba through the cell. This is what the nutrition in amoeba takes place. This is how it happens. Next, we have nutrition in human beings. Nutrition in human beings takes place in the digestive system. We have a separate part in our body where the digestion takes place. Okay, and we have a digestive system here because we come under multicellular organisms. Multicellular organisms, we have numerous of cells in our body. So then it consisting, what does it contains? A digestive system contains an alimentary canal and a gland which produces enzymes which breaks down food into smaller molecules. The main organs of the digestive systems are mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, and anus. These the main glands are salivary glands, gastric glands, liver, pancreas, and intestinal glands. These all come under the digestive system. Okay, digestive system is nothing but, so it is a place where the food is digested in our body. Okay, and we have certain enzymes which makes the complex food items to break down and form into the simplest food molecules. So main organs also we have here is mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, anus, and also we have very important glands here: salivary glands, gastric glands, liver, pancreas, and intestinal glands. So let us learn each and everything in detail and how this digestion takes place. Everyone know that digestion starts from the mouth. Okay, when we start chewing it, from then only what will happen? The digestion starts. Let us learn everything in detail. First, in mouth, what will happen in the mouth? The food is broken down into smaller particles by the teeth and mixed with saliva from the salivary glands. Saliva contains the enzyme salivary amylase, which converts starch into sugars. Then the food passes through the esophagus into the stomach. So what is happening? The food what we eat is breaking down into smaller particles. Who is helping it? Teeth are helping. Only teeth is not responsible, even the saliva. Saliva is given by whom? Salivary glands. Salivary glands are present in the mouth. Okay. That salivary gland or saliva contains one enzyme. The enzyme called as what? Salivary amylase. These are very important, very important. One more question. So what does the salivary amylase does? It will convert the starch into glucose. The whatever the starch is present in the food is convert that starch is converted into glucose. Okay, and then what will happen? The food passes through the esophagus into the stomach. So what up after the mouth? What will happen? The food, what we are chewing the food will enter into the stomach with the help of the esophagus. So then what will happen in the stomach? Already salivary amylase is one here. Okay, the enzyme. Next in stomach, what is happening? The gastric glands produces gastric juice which contains the enzymes pepsin. Which enzyme is produced by them? Enzyme pepsin is produced by whom? It is produced by the gastric glands. Along with the pepsin, even the HCl, that is hydrochloric acid, and mucus is produced in the gastric glands. What does the pepsin does? Important function of pepsin is it will break down proteins. Hydrochloric acid makes the medium acidic and helps in the action of pepsin. So here, because hydrochloric acid is in the acidic medium, it makes the acidic medium and helps the action of pepsin. What does the mucus does? Mucus protects the wall of the stomach from the action of an acid. That is, acid produced by HCl is controlled by whom? The mucus. Mucus will surround the layers of the stomach so that the acid should not attack any part of the stomach. Then the food passed into the small intestine. In this way, what will happen? You have to remember that in mouth we have salivary amylase, okay, that will convert starch into glucose. Next, in the stomach we have three glands, gastric glands. One is they are having three enzymes: pepsin, hydrochloric acid, and mucus. Pepsin will convert, it will break down into proteins. What it does, it will break down proteins present in the food. Okay. Then HCl will produce in the acidic medium, and those pepsin work as that. What will does? Helps in the action of pepsin. Then mucus, what it does, it will cover the walls of the stomach. If hydrochloric acid is released from that acid should not affect any part of the stomach. So what it happens? Mucus will make a lining so that it should protect the wall of the stomach from the acidic medium. Okay. Then it is passing through the small intestine. In small intestine, what will happen? In the upper part of the small intestine called duodenum, what we call it as upper part, we call it as a duodenum. So the food is mixed with the bile from the liver and pancreatic juice from the pancreas. Once it enters the small intestine, the food is mixed into the bile juice. Bile juice is secreted by whom? Liver is secreting the bile juice and pancreas is separating pancreatic juice. Bile juice breaks down fats into small globules. So what it is happening? Bile juice, what it does? It will break down fats into smaller globules. Pancreatic juice contains the enzymes trypsin and lipase. Trypsin breaks down proteins and lipase breaks down fats. Okay. So bile juice already know. What does bile juice do? It will break down fats into small globules. Pancreatic helps in the enzyme trypsin. Okay. And lipase. Trypsin breaks down proteins and lipase breaks down fats. In this way, what will happen? The food will be divided, okay, and breakdowns into small particles. Then in small intestine, the glands, the walls of the small intestine produces intestinal juice. Okay, what type of juice is produced? Intestinal juice. The enzymes of the intestinal juice converts carbohydrates into glucose, fats into fatty acids, and glycerol into and proteins into amino acids. So in this way, in the small intestine, the actual process happens. That is, it is giving rise to intestinal juices. Which are the intestinal juices? What they does? They converts carbohydrates into glucose, fats into fatty acids, and glycerol and proteins into the amino acids. The wall of the small intestine has several finger-like projections called villi, having blood vessels. Here, what is happening? The wall, small intestines is having a small projections like finger-like structures called as what? Villi. Okay. These villi are having the blood vessels. It helps to increase the surface area of the absorption of digested food. So that villi, what it is doing? Because it is having a blood vessels in it, those villis are helping the surface for the more absorption of the digested food. What if the food is digested? Those energy is released. Everything will be absorbed by the small intestine. Okay. The digested food is absorbed by the blood and transported to all the cells in the body. Then the undigested food passes into the large intestine. See here, in large intestine nothing will happen, like will not have any digestion taken place there. Okay. So mainly it happens in the mouth, in the stomach, then in the small intestine, and the layer called duodenum. There everywhere, these places only the digestion happens. Okay. Once the food is absorbed by the blood and transported into the cell, what will happen? The waste or the undigested food is passed into the large intestine. Water is absorbed and the waste material is removed through the anus. Okay. In this way, the proper digestion takes place. Here there is a small flow chart you can understand. That is, food will enter into the mouth. Teeth helps in chewing the food. Tongue helps for the saliva or slowing with the help of mucus. What we do, we push the food. Then in the esophagus it enters, and after esophagus it enters into the stomach, and then from stomach it enters into the small intestine, and then large intestine last, intestine last. The waste is removed from the body. This is how the proper digestion takes place. Hope you have understood about the digestion. For any doubts, put a comment question in the comment section, and thanks for watching. Tune in to my channel for the rest of the next part of the chapters. This respiration we have, transportation we have, and excretion we have. Thank you everyone. Like, share and subscribe.